Yeah, you know what it is.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. Purple and white, but you know what I mean. Double 11 senior year made history. Football, we took it to the playoffs. Collegeville, white and purple, yeah, we are the K-House. I said the K-House, the school of champions. We laugh a lot, we rap a lot. I'm at Sabi and again, I'm telling them that Collegeville is where it's at. So when we on the field of court, they better be aware of that. They scared of that. Of course, look at the ceiling. What up, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, it's Collegeville. And yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a K-Hawk. I'm about to graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long, I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm about my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the cheap and crew. Ain't no gotta do it big, cause I don't play with sports. I play my cards right. Now a good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm in the back cause everybody rolling with me. K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Look, all the freshmen, all the fresh sophomores,
High school, champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And a very good evening, everyone, as we welcome you to the town of Belleville and Belleville West High School as we get you set for our first look at the 2018 version of your Kahok boys soccer team. And welcome. My name is Todd Duke alongside Chris Kettler. We are glad that you're with us here on the Kahok Sports Network. As I mentioned, we are getting set for our very first soccer game of the year as we move into the Cullip Jennings Florist pregame show. Cullip Jennings Florist, a staple in the Collinsville area, has been for generations. Cullip Jennings Florist is located at 517 West Clay Street. You can stop in for weekly specials like this week. You can get a dozen short stem roses for $35. For more information on that special or anything else Cullip Jennings Florist has to offer, you can give them a call at 344-0404 or online at cullipjennings.com. We'll apologize right off the bat. We do not have a pregame interview with head coach Rob Lugge. I waited over there at the locker rooms for what seemed like an eternity, and by the time the team meeting ended and everybody came out of the locker rooms, it was time for me to get a roster or get starters and move up into the box. So we do apologize about that. I have asked Coach Lugge to join us up here in the press box at the end of the game, and hopefully that will happen. I told him I'd text him, so we'll see if we can get him up here for the post-game show. At any rate, welcome into the Cullip Jennings Florist pregame show. Chris Kettler, Todd Duke along with you. Your Collinsville Kahok boys soccer team has started off 3-0 on the year. They took on Kirkwood at O'Fallon Park last week on Friday. Was it Friday night? Saturday? Friday.
First game was Friday, same night as the football game.
Yeah, and won that one 4-0. The next day, they had to play 2, and they handled Breeze Central by a score of 6-0. So 2 games and 10-0 in favor of Collinsville. Then they ran into a little bit more competition against Triad and eventually pulled out the win by a final score of 4-2. And Chris, you got to see some of those games. So tell me your first impressions of this year's Kahawk soccer team.
They're going to be a load up top there. Definitely plenty of goal scores to go to. So if they're going to be able to put a lot of goals up there on the board, and hopefully the defense can do enough to keep the other team's offenses out on the board, off the board there. As far as Saturday went, the first game of the day was Breeze Central, a team you're usually going to have outmatched most times, so they were able to get a goal or two there very early and just take the starters out of the heat. It was a very hot day Saturday, and rest those guys, and it was an easy 6-0 win. And then they brought it up full on for the Triad game. The Kahawks fell behind 2-1 there halfway through the first half, but got the tying goal at halftime, and then Luke Lilligren added the 2 goals in the second half for the win over Triad.
Nice. And on the other side of that coin, that's where you'll find the Belleville West Maroons. They have played 4 games, and they're still looking for their first win. They finally got their first goal of those 4 games during their last game on Saturday against Springfield in a 6-1 loss, but they were shut out by Mascoutah in the first game of the year, 1-0. Then they were shut out by Jabot, and we know Jabot has a very good soccer team every year. Lost to Jabot 3-0. Then really lost bad at Columbia on Friday night, 7-0, before losing to Springfield, as we mentioned, by a score of 6-1, and that was on Saturday evening. So, coming into this contest, the lone goal scorer for the Belleville Maroons is Clay McGrew. He has 1 goal and just a couple of points that he adds an assist on for that. But you look at the Collinsville goal scorers, and besides Logan Whitehead standing out as he did last year as the leading goal scorer, kind of spread out for Collinsville. They've got a few goal scorers, and that's nice to have.
Yeah, it looks like Zane Baker and Luke Lilligren are also going to be some other big-time goal scorers, and then a few other guys that are going to sub in from time to time are going to get their opportunities when those guys are resting on the bench.
We are starting a little bit late, in case you have not heard. The heat advisory has taken a toll on some outdoor sports today. The junior varsity football game was canceled. The varsity side of this matchup between Collinsville and Belleville West was also canceled, so they went with varsity only. And we are starting a half hour later than scheduled, originally scheduled for 6:30, starting at 7 o'clock as things have cooled down just a little bit. Nice breeze coming out of the south that kind of cools things down a little bit. Doesn't feel too bad when you're in the shade and you get that breeze whipping up in your face, but you stand out in that sun for a while and it gets a little warm.
The sun's going to find its way down below them trees not long after we get started. So they'll be all right to go for this varsity game.
That they will. We'll take our first break here on the Cullip Jennings Florist pregame show. When we come back, we will tell you a little bit of history between these 2 soccer clubs, Belleville West and Collinsville, and that will continue in just a moment here on the Kahawk Sports Network. Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Cullip Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all design styles from traditional to trend-setting. Cullip Jennings Florist is, of course, your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings. Cullip Jennings Florist is there for any of life's major moments. Cullip Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online, cullipjennings.com.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Co-op Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all design styles from traditional to trend-setting. Co-op Jennings Florist is, of course, your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion, from anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings. Co-op Jennings Florist is there for any of life's major moments. Co-op Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online, coopjennings.com.
And we welcome you back into the Co-op Jennings Florist pregame show here on the Kahawk Sports Network. Todd Duke and Chris Kettler along with you. Let's take a look at some of the history. First of all, we'll give you a little nuts and bolts. Collinsville, of course, coached by Rob Lugie. He is in his second year. Went 17-8 last year, 5-1 in conference play. Beat Springfield and Quincy in the regionals, beating Quincy for the regional championship game. Beat Edwardsville at O'Fallon in sectional play, and then lost to Normal at Illinois College in the sectional championship game, and that's how the year ended last year for Collinsville. And last year, Collinsville averaging 2.4 goals a game and 1.4 goals against. Belleville West, they are coached by Rob Thornberry. He is in his 8th year, and in the previous 7, he has a record of 64, 39-11 after going 12-8-3 last year and 3-3 in conference play. They beat O'Fallon in regional action last year before losing to Edwardsville in the regional championship game, and then Edwardsville, of course, moved on to sectional play where they lost to Collinsville last year. Belleville West averaging 2.3 goals per game and 1.3 against. Last year, we beat Belleville West 5-3 at CHS. Tate Wyatt played 40 minutes in that game. He'll be the starting goalkeeper here tonight in this one as he played the second half, as Austin Gavlik played the first half last year. Didn't allow a goal after relieving Gavlik, who gave up 3 in the first half. Collinsville scored 4 second-half goals in that game to turn a 3-1 deficit into a 5-3 win. Goal scorers in that one was Sam Huster, Luke Liljegren, Trey Shibish, Ruben Ortiz, and Logan Whitehead. The last time Collinsville lost to Belleville West, that was on September 11th of 2014, a 1-0 loss at Collinsville High School. These two teams have met in the playoffs over the last 20 years 4 times. The last playoff that they met was a 3-1 win on October of 2011. So that was right after the last loss. And that was at O'Fallon. They lost the next day to O'Fallon in the regional championship game. But over the last 20 years, Collinsville 4-0 against Belleville West in the playoffs. Overall, 12-7 in the regular season. So you add in that playoff record, and Collinsville has done a pretty good job of keeping Belleville West in check as far as soccer is concerned. 16 wins and 7 losses and no ties, which I find kind of weird. Over 20 years, you would think a battle between these two teams at least once would end in a tie.
Sometimes they're hard to end in ties there. They go all out there. Even if they get to overtime, they're trying for that go-ahead goal. So maybe still not a lot of conference games end in ties. But, yeah, good to see the Kahawks have a large margin of victory over Belleville West over the years.
Well, we're getting you set for some soccer action here tonight, and just so happens that we will also have some more soccer action coming up for you on Thursday. So this week we have soccer action today and Thursday before we head back to the gridiron on Friday for the first road battle of the year for the Kahawks in Troy against Triad. So tonight we have Belleville West. Thursday it'll be Chatham Glenwood coming to town for what I would consider the Kahawks home opener because of that Kahawk Classic thing. I'm really probably in the minority on that one, but
the thing was Chatham Glenwood was also in that Kahawk Classic, but the way they paired the teams up with, you only saw 3 of the other teams, so the Kahawks and the Chatham Glenwood didn't see each other in that, but they may have some notes and stuff there to go with it, as opposed to in most years you don't know what you're going to get when you play a different opponent like Chatham Glenwood.
All right. Well, you are now set up on some of the nuts and bolts between the two coaches, as well as the two teams, and a little bit of history. We'll take our final break here on the Cullip Jennings Flores pregame show. When we come back, we'll throw those opening rosters your way, and that will come your way in just mere moments here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Cullip Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all design styles from traditional to trend-setting. Cullip Jennings Florist is, of course, your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings. Cullip Jennings Florist is there for any of life's major moments. Cullip Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online, cullipjennings.com. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Code 3 Barbecue Supply is your home for one-of-a-kind everything barbecue headquarters, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, smokers, rubs, sauces, and accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs, sauces, and they donate 25 cents of each unit sold to first responder and military organizations that focus on providing aid to the fallen, suicide prevention, and PTSD awareness. Stop on by, see the guys at Code 3 Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of the Memphis in May first place world champion Patriot Sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at code3spices.com. Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Cullip Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all design styles from traditional to trend-setting. Cullip Jennings Florist is, of course, your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings. Cullip Jennings Florist is there for any of life's major moments. Cullip Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online, cullipjennings.com.
We welcome you back into the broadcast booth here at Belleville West High School. Here are your starters today for Collinsville. You will see number 4, Ethan Wilhold. Zane Baker wears number 5. Trey Shibish wears number 6. Luke Liljegren, number 7 on his back. Number 9 is Spencer Pies. Donovan Scott Gass is number 11. Logan Whitehead, who leads the team in goals this year, wears number 14. Zach Covey, number 21. Trey Simpson, number 22, and Spencer Vlasic, number 23. And in between the pipes for the goal keeper for Collinsville is going to be senior Tate Wyatt. For Belleville West, Blake Goodman will wear number 2. Mitch Ulpett will wear number 5. Caden Hillier will wear number 8. Dylan Firestone, number 9. Isaac Goodman will sport the number 11. Peyton Burris, number 12. Sam Schmitz, number 13. Joey Pearson, number 15. Number 16 is Ryan Loeffler. 18 is Sean Leary. And the goalkeeper this afternoon for for Belleville West is Daniel Richardson. And Richardson has played 60 minutes. Evan Parker has played 40 minutes at goal, and Josh McIntosh has played 166. I think, Chris, they're still trying to figure out who they want to put in goal. McIntosh has given up 10 goals. Parker has given up 6, and Richardson has only given up 1, so Richardson gets the next shot.
Yeah, so looking at their scores, giving up 3, 6, 7, so 16 goals there, and just a few of their games. So, yeah, they're trying to find an answer in goal.
All right, we are just about set for game time. Back in just a moment with the start of this game on the Kahok Sports Network.
Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is a T3 certified tire center. They can handle all of the basics like oil changes and tune-ups, and the not-so-basic stuff like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and 3 locations in Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school, or call 345-0611 online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook.
I'm my team's #1 fan. I've never been #1 at anything until I put these babies on. Do I know where I'm going? Absolutely. We're going to the playoffs.
Allstate guarantees your rates won't go up just because of an accident, starting the day you sign up.
So get accident forgiveness from Allstate and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
It's good to be in good hands.
Get protection plus unique extras. Call me, Mike Cluck with Allstate, for a quote today.
Hi, I'm Colton Pareko. I want to thank the team at RE/MAX Alliance for helping me find my first home. It couldn't have been any easier. If you're in the game for a new home, contact my friends at RE/MAX Alliance.
Once again, we welcome you back into the broadcast booth here at Belleville West High School. I am Todd Duke alongside Chris Kettler. Glad to have you with us here on the Kahok Sports Network as we are just about set for some action here. Trying out my new fancy scoreboard. For some reason or another, it does not give me the opportunity to put down if it's the first half or the second half. I can do the score and I can do the clock, but it has a thing on here that says first half, and then second half, and then extra time 1 and extra time 2, but it doesn't show up anywhere on the scoreboard itself. I'm still working on the scoreboard stuff, kids, and believe me, well, I'll get it figured out here soon. That black box that you see surrounding the scoreboard bug, and trying to get rid of that and trying to figure out how to do that. One of these days I'll get it all figured out. Matter of fact, Josh Hartle is supposed to show up Thursday at the home soccer game and help me try to figure out some of this stuff. So, we're just about set. Game between Collinsville and Belleville West. Thank you to Cullip Jennings Florist for sponsoring our pregame show. As always, nice to hear from our sponsors, and don't forget about the special that Cullip Jennings Florist has going on this week. A dozen short stem roses for $35. So, Chris Kettler, if you find yourself in the doghouse, $35 will get you out of it.
Somebody might be in the doghouse, but definitely not me.
All right. Well, then you're doing things right.
We'll go with that.
Well, you're doing things semi-right then, right? All right, both teams are out there. Their last-minute pep talk to each other in their little huddles. Collinsville, of course, is the road team, and they are dressed in their home whites today.
No, it's a change in soccer this year.
Do they have that just like hockey?
They changed that for soccer this year. The home team now wears
the white,
wears the colors, and the road team wears whites.
Okay, so Collinsville dressed in all white. Numbers on the backs of their jerseys are in purple. And, of course, the Maroons wearing their white shorts and their maroon jerseys.
So Calyx will be in purple when you see him Thursday.
Yes.
At the stadium.
Tate Wyatt, all in black. And he is occupying the goal to your left, to your right. That would be Daniel Richardson, and he has the green shirt on with the black shorts. We are just about ready to go. We're underway. Glad that you're with us here on the Kahok Sports Network. And yes, we had a heat advisory, so we're getting started a little bit late. This is supposed to be the last day for the big-time oppressive heat, at least for this week. It is the end of August, so it is a little bit to be expected. And Collinsville trying to control the play right at midfield. There's Zach Covey. Covey over on the far side has that one ricochet right off of the leg of Sean Leary for Belleville West and out of bounds. Just getting underway, about 40 seconds in. Collinsville, their first Southwestern Conference matchup of the year. Belleville West, their first as well. But Collinsville comes in with a 3-0 mark. Belleville West comes in at 0-4. Collinsville right now, having scored 14 goals and only allowed 2. West has scored 1 and has allowed 17. Play near the goal, occupied by the Maroons' Daniel Richardson. And to relieve the pressure, one of the Belleville West players kicks the ball out of bounds, but the wind picked it up and took it across the end line, so it's going to result in a corner kick. So right off the bat, 1 minute and 20 seconds in, Collinsville gets a corner kick. Orange soccer ball on the way, and
just missed
out the other side off of a couple of bodies. I believe That Trey Simpson was right there on the edge trying to get that ball to go in. So, Richardson will send it back out on a goalkeeper kick. He does. And off of a couple of heads, back toward midfield, and then Collinsville sends it back down, but they committed an infraction, so the whistle blows, and that'll give the Maroons a free kick from just beyond midfield. Just under 2 minutes into this one.
Simpson went up for that one, cleared off the West player, and gets called for that foul.
Is it me, or do we seem like we're farther away from the field than we are at our home field?
Yeah, there's definitely more space on what would be the football sidelines, and then a long track and more room between the track and the fencing.
Offside. Zane Baker was getting ready to come in. Yeah, I think the bleachers are bigger, and you're right, the sideline room is a lot bigger. Plus the walkway between the track and the stands is a lot larger as well. I got the camera focused in, so hopefully it looks all right from the viewer's point of view. Probably got a little bit better look at the numbers on the backs of the jerseys than we do. Belleville West puts the ball back in play. Collinsville, this is the first time the ball has been down into their defensive zone since the game began, and Collinsville's Spencer Vlasic sends it right back out to midfield, and that is Logan Whitehead right off of his chest, and then backwards it goes. Scott Gass comes up with it, up to Ethan Wilhold. Wilhold loses control, and it's picked up by Blake Goodman for Belleville West. He's pushed from behind by Whitehead. No call on the play. Now Whitehead will get the ball back, and he'll pass it on over to Donovan Scott Gass, and Gass sends it up toward midfield where Belleville West will take over for a moment. Collinsville gets the ball back. Here's Simpson. Simpson trying to thread the needle once again. This time he's trying to put it right in between Spencer Pies and Zane Baker, but a defender for Belleville West got there first. Whistle on the play as the ball ends up back at midfield. And that one is also going to go against Collinsville.
West player got tripped up on that one, that time by Simpson, or by Covey. And the Maroons will get this free kick at midfield.
Yep, that's their second free kick from right around that same spot. If you couldn't tell by the sound of the wind rushing through the microphone, it is very windy, which helps cut down the heat just a little bit. Collinsville playing a little defense. Here's Tate Wyatt's first touch of the ball, albeit not in the save category.
West really not pushing the issue, just letting the Cahoks move the ball around midfield, and now the Maroons take this foul.
Yeah, that was Isaac Goodman who kind of shoved down one of the Cahawks from behind. So Collinsville will get their free kick from midfield now. It seems like we're trying to just even things out on free kicks at midfield. Close to midfield anyway. Comes in from the sideline. Now all the way over to this side. That is Pies. Pies sends it back into his defense. Spencer Vlasic with it. Vlasic moves the ball up to Wilhold. Wilhold now back into the middle. That's Donovan Scott Gass. He moves the ball up into the box area, but has a little bit too much juice on it. And Daniel Richardson, the goalkeeper for the Maroons, gets to the ball before anyone wearing purple and white can. Richardson, 60 minutes on the year. He has given up just the one goal, so he has a 1.33 goals against average. He did make 4 saves in his 60 minutes of work, so his save percentage is right at 80%. Here is Collinsville putting on some more pressure. Shibish trying to get the ball centered and can't do it as that ball ends up going over the end line. Last touched by Trey. So another goal kick restart coming up here for Daniel Richardson, one of our new sponsors. How about Metro East Roofing and Guttering? Locally owned and operated since 1987 by brothers and Kahok alums, Tony and Corey Jones. Metro East Roofing and Guttering can help with your roofing and guttering and siding needs. Located at 1231 Lebanon Road in Collinsville, Metro East Roofing and Guttering is the hometown company that you know and trust. Call 345-5679 today for your free estimate, and you can visit their Facebook page at Metro East Roofing and Guttering, one of our new sponsors, and we welcome Tony and Corey Jones, and all the fine folks over at Metro East Roofing and Guttering. Glad to have you on board.
Last play there, Liljegren tried to center it over to Covey, but it eluded Covey just a bit and went over to the West goalie, and now Maroons have the ball here on the other end.
Collinsville does a pretty good job there by keeping that ball in bounds by Pies. Got there right before it crossed the yellow line and then sent it up the sideline. And Collinsville trying to move the ball up. Here is Scott Gass doing just that. All the way up the far sideline to Simpson. Well, that ball ricochets off of a body and goes out of bounds. Collinsville will have the throw-in restart. We have a day off tomorrow from the sporting world, as a cold front is set to move through tonight and give us some showers and thunderstorms during the morning rush hour tomorrow. It's supposed to clear up later in the day and be a little bit cooler, which that's all right. Cooler I can handle. Cold I don't want to see for a long time, but it's coming too. Another free kick from midfield for Belleville West. That's what, their third from midfield here in this game?
Yeah, Chaos has been getting called for some soft fouls there in the center field area, midfield area, but West hasn't been able to do anything with them.
Zane Baker leaves the ball for Zach Covey. Covey over on the far side now for Scott Gass. And he leaves it and tries to get it right back, but it's picked off by the Maroons and their midfielders. Now Collinsville's defense getting back in on the action, and here is Spencer Pies. Pies trying to leave it up for Whitehead off of his foot and out of bounds.
Keoks went one way with it and then reversed it back the other way, using the whole field there, getting Belleville West to chase him around.
That ball off of the chest of Blake Goodman for Belleville West. He didn't like the call. The throw-in is perfect. Logan Whitehead puts the ball right in the box. Here's a shot at goal, and it just goes wide. Just went wide. A couple of nice feeds there in the middle of the field.
Yeah, West was busy arguing the call. Spencer Pies got the throw into Logan Whitehead, who sent it back to Liljegren, who found Shibish there, but he had to rush his shot and just missed.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to find out. Shibish was waiting for him to turn around. I couldn't see his number. There was Shibish with the shot. Just went a little bit wide. Didn't have a lot of juice on it either. Kind of a slow roller. Must have kicked it off the side of his foot, but here's another chance. And, oh, what a save there by Daniel Richardson on a little bit of a better blistering of a shot by Shibish than the first one was. So hats off to Richardson on the save.
Got a little more on that one there, and, yeah, Richardson had to dive to his right to get that save.
Just got his hands on it, too. Collinsville, Belleville West. Volley for possession at midfield. Whistle will stop the action. 30 minutes, 15 seconds left.
Handball called there.
Now the Maroons and their defense trying to get it out of the Collinsville offensive zone. They do so momentarily with a little pass to Sam Schmitz. Schmitz races it up the near side sideline, being followed the whole way there by Zane Baker. And now back into the Collinsville defense, but off of a couple of bodies and back out to midfield, and Collinsville wants to reset. Here is Vlasic. Vlasic over on the far side now for Scott Gass. Scott Gass moves the ball up just a little bit too far and left Shibbits just a little bit too much of a lead on that pass, so it goes past him, and the Maroons bring it back up. Here is Wilhold. Wilhold gets it over to Zane Baker. Baker moves the ball up into the offensive zone and off of Shibish, and a nice job there defensively by Ryan Loeffler for Belleville West to get that ball out of harm's way before any more damage can be done.
Loeffler, yeah, made Shibish have to stay with him there before he corralled the ball in, and Shibish wasn't able to do anything with it, but the Canucks will still control it here on this throw-in deep in Maroon territory.
Spencer Pies will do that. We're at Bob Golby Field here at Belleville West. Baseball field is past this field off to your right. Softball field the other direction off to the left as that ball goes out of play. Put there by Collinsville, so once again Daniel Richardson will have a goal kick restart. And let's thank the City of Collinsville. You can check out the City of Collinsville's Facebook page on information for upcoming events. Of course, everybody knows that The Italian Fest is coming up the third weekend in September. They also have the Tunes at Bloom concert series every Wednesday in September. The Twilight Band will be the first band to play on September 5th as Daniel Richardson almost got himself a little bit of a problem there, self-created problem. By the way, City of Collinsville is a proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District, and they wish all district athletes good luck this sports season.
Richardson got caught off his position there after Shibish stole the ball, and Shibish trying to make more stuff happen there. Almost got one in past the goalie, Richardson.
Another throw-in coming here from Spencer Pies. And it's a good one. It's going to be right off the inside post. Oh, off the crossbar on a blistering shot from up top by Ethan Wilhold. And then a return volley and a save by Daniel Richardson once again. Well, Richardson's already made a couple of good saves in this one.
McCovey stayed with it there and got that second attempt.
I think Richardson is going to be more apt to toss the ball up and kick it that way instead of kicking it on the ground anymore. So over on the far side, Maroons trying to penetrate the offensive zone and give their chance to score a goal, which they have not had a shot on goal yet here in this game. Isaac Goodman lost the ball for the Maroons, and Collinsville gets it back, but now Collinsville returns the favor, and Caden Hillier has it right at midfield. Moves the ball up to Oplet. Backwards it goes to Loeffler, and over on the far side, Maroons trying to make their move. They'll send one toward the box and off of the head of Ethan Wilhold and right out of harm's way. Now a little tussle going on between Zane Baker and Sam Schmitz. And Schmitz draws the whistle. Collinsville wasting no time getting the ball up. Here is Liljegren, and Liljegren could not quite get there before Daniel Richardson did, and Richardson's already put in a full night's work down there.
Yeah, he's had to stop the ball about 9 times already. More saves than he probably had in his 60 minutes before. He's getting a full workout here in these first 14 minutes.
Off of a head out at midfield and into the Collinsville defensive zone, trying to wrestle it down are the Maroons. They can't do so. It goes right back to midfield. Comes up to Logan Whitehead. Oh, Whitehead, he was going to try and lead Zane Baker up the near sideline, but one of the Belleville West players got there just in time to change the trajectory of that ball. Now here is Liljegren. Liljegren puts it in the box. Whitehead had that ball stay up high on him, and he tried to bounce it off the chest onto his foot, but it bounced off of his chest and out of bounds.
Wynn gets that one as soon as it bounces off his chest. Didn't have a lot of space to work with anyway.
Wind appears to be blowing straight from our left to our right, so for the start of this game, Collinsville will have the wind at their back. And I would imagine as the sun goes down, the wind will die a little bit. Here's a popped-up ball right in front of the Maroons bench. Both benches all the way over on the other side. And Collinsville with the ball in front of the Maroons bench. Just under 25 minutes to play here in this opening half. Here is Logan Whitehead trying to shake it down. Nice job. Keep that ball from going out of bounds. He centers all off of the head there of Zach Covey, and it ends up going just wide. Collinsville, got to like the chances. They've had plenty of them.
Made the most of that chance. Logan Whitehead saved it from going out of bounds. Zach Covey kept cutting up towards the goal there, and header just went wide.
Sunshine has just about left the entire field. It has left the entire field.
Getting close to them trees.
A little bit here in the stands, but other than that, it feels pretty comfortable out here now that the hottest part of the day is over. Here is Liljegren. Liljegren moves the ball up, but only Sam Schmitz is back there for Belleville West, and he lets it go out of bounds. So the Maroons will throw the ball in deep in Collinsville offensive territory. And again, that's the second time, I believe, that Blake Goodman has had the ball go off his body and then right out of bounds.
Yeah, I don't know if he just wasn't ready for it either time. Second time, and the Chaos will get this throw in right about the 15-yard line of the football markings.
Spencer Pies throws it in once again. He has good arms on him. Gets that ball up there to that net. But Belleville West was there and got it out. Here's Wilhold. Wilhold will leave it for Pies, who sends it up the near side sideline for Covey. Covey trying to put it in the box, does so, but Logan Whitehead was already heading in the other direction than the ball was, so that was an easy pickup there for Richardson. Richardson once again will send the ball back out. Let's thank All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees is your place for custom apparel for your school, your business, your sports team, and more. All Pro Tees offers a variety of services and options, and they'll walk you through that process step by step. They pride themselves in being a local Collinsville business, and they specialize in helping their clients promote and grow that business, all with custom apparel. All Pro Tees right across the street from Kahok Stadium, online, allprotees.com, or call 344-2200. Whistle on the play. Free kick coming up here for Collinsville, far side sideline, right at midfield. That's a nice kick right into the gut of Daniel Richardson. That one had some wind help behind it as well.
Yeah, wind-aided kick there for Simpson, sent it all the way into the goalie Richardson.
Richardson will send it right back out, and even with the wind at his face, he sends it all the way out to midfield. Now Belleville West will send it off of a head back to midfield, and Wilhold will send the ball up to Baker. Baker at midfield trying to and finding Zach Covey. Covey sends it back to his defense. Here is Donovan Scott Gass. Over on the far side, he'll move the ball around, get the ball right back, take it up the sideline himself, and then Collinsville's midfielders will send it back into the defense. Up for Wilhold. Wilhold over to this side. And Spencer Pies up the near side sideline. Zach Covey gets it. Covey sends it through the box out the other side, and trying to chase it down over there is Shibish. He does so, and now bodies collide, and the loose ball ends up on the foot of one of the Maroons, and the Maroons send the ball up. 3 defenders back for Collinsville against Joey Pearson. Pearson almost got the better of that battle all by himself. Now the ball ends up out of bounds, and Sean Leary will bring it back in. Wilheld. That ball bounces through the middle, and Whitehead leaves it up over here for Baker. Baker does a nice job getting around Schmitz. Now back over to Whitehead. Whitehead, offsides.
Lost his man there, went offsides just as soon as Baker sent the ball in. About halfway through this first half, and
yeah,
I don't think either team has subbed yet. All this talk about the heat.
Actually, it doesn't feel bad out here now. So it's a pretty wise decision by them to move this up. Just a half hour makes a difference.
Yeah, makes all the difference in the world here. The sun has found some clouds now.
Yep, sun
is
offsides
here.
All but gone, and another offside call.
Now the Kahawks start to get somebody coming up off the bench here, running around.
Yeah, they're going to bring him in, or they're just trying to make him stay loose. I don't know.
Get him loose here. Option to start bringing somebody in, and now looks like the Maroons have somebody up. So as soon as I say that, halfway through this first half, they're going to start bringing the first subs.
Yeah, I was wondering if they got to the 20-minute mark that they would call for a mandatory water break.
Yeah, they did that Saturday for all those games at the Kahawk Classic.
Like I said, it's not bad out here, but we're standing in a press box. They're the ones out there running around. Probably a little bit different for them. Here's a little bit of a dangerous opportunity for the Collinsville defense, but they got out of it. Here is Wilhold. Wilhold moves the ball up, trying to find Whitehead. Whitehead just went past him again. And now the Maroons putting in some dangerous. That was offside. Whistle blew right before Tate Wyatt got there to save that ball.
Center official finds his linesman there, makes that call, but Wyatt got to the ball anyway.
So Tate Wyatt will send the ball out. Only the second time he's had to put the ball back into play. And he sends it all the way down the field. Here with an opportunity is Baker. Oh, and another save. Richardson got a piece of that one.
Ball angling farther and farther away from the goal. Baker made the most out of that. And got a pretty good angle on it. Just missed. Subs start to come in here, and I guess they're not going to take any water breaks. They're going to keep this one going.
18 and a half to go here in this first half.
Dalen Frecker was a sub.
Dalen Fry, I saw the roster, and I'm like, oh, we got another Frecker, huh?
Got another one.
Got another Frecker. Seems like every year we have a Frecker and a Knutson. Collinsville and Belleville West scoreless so far here in this first half. Whistle on the play against Collinsville, so Belleville West once again will have a free kick out toward midfield. They've had a few of those, but so far have not been able to turn anything into some scoring opportunities, at least nothing major. There's a ball off of a head, and Wyatt will take a couple of steps to his right and pick that ball up before any harm can be done. Let's go ahead and thank the Collinsville Education Association. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's new website, collinsvillecea.org.
Lots of wildness going on there between the two goalies. Wyatt took that one all the way out to about the 30-yard line and sent it all the way up to about the 20, where Richardson of West fielded that they're right about his own 20-yard line himself.
So the goalies are playing a little kick and catch, huh? Here's an opportunity again. Oh, coming out and standing his ground was Richardson as he went in on Zane Baker. And I believe Baker might be called for a foul here as it looks like Richardson is holding his head.
Yeah, he stood his ground, did Richardson, when Baker drove in, but he took that one off the head or the face, and then as the ball rebounded out there, Baker got called for a foul. We'll stop the clock here at 16:45 and check on the West goalie Richardson, and both teams will take a chance to get that unofficial water break now.
So we'll go ahead and take a little break right along with them. We'll be back here in just a moment. Collinsville and Belleville West scoreless here in the first half. 0-0. Back in just a moment.
Agape in Collinsville. Cafe Agape serves up delicious sandwiches, burgers, steaks, pulled pork, and the Collinsville favorite, the steak and onion sandwich. Cafe Agape has weekly lunch and dinner specials with pork steak Wednesdays, meatloaf Thursdays, and fish every Friday. Cafe Agape also offers catering service, and you can get Cafe Agape delivered now through the To-Go delivery app. Cafe Agape is open Monday through Friday from 11 to 7, and they're located at 703 St. Louis Road in Collinsville, or call 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233.
Todd Duke, Chris Kettler back along with you, scoreless through the first half of play here at Belleville West High School between Collinsville and Belleville West. As we await this restart here. And the Maroons kick the ball back out. And we are back to action.
Covey trying to get control of the ball here and turn this around for the Kahoks. Now the Maroons. This is going to find three of the Kahoks here. A little bit chance of a shot, and it goes wide. And that's Huster. Sam Huster just coming into the game.
Sam Huster comes in and gets an opportunity right off the bat.
Working.
Back and forth. Got knocked off once. I don't understand. I'm showing all my bars on my Wi-Fi. I don't understand why that's... I will never, ever understand this Wi-Fi stuff. I don't see how you can be on for an hour and perfectly fine, and then 5 minutes later you're knocked off the air. I just don't get it. It's not like, you know, there's rain, storms, anything. Weather doesn't affect Wi-Fi. I don't know. I just work here. Here is Spencer Pies throwing the ball in. 15:25 left to play here in this first half. Scoreless thus far. There's one that almost gets over Richardson's head.
Richardson got it and threw it up there like a basketball shot almost to get rid of the ball.
Yeah, while he was in midair, was afraid he was going to come down with it and someone was going to run into him and knock the ball out. And Belleville West, despite the fact that they have been outscored 17-1 in the first 4 games of the year, they sure don't look like it here today, do they?
No, they're holding their own. Their goalie, Richardson, is doing a fine job keeping the Cahoks off the board.
Ball sent up by Schmitz and across the inline, or across the sideline, excuse me.
Maybe he's trying out for the basketball team.
Could be.
Coach Muniz watching.
Yeah. Throw in coming right from midfield.
Might be hard to get a spot on that team.
Well, I would think so. And again, it's been like 3 times that Belleville West has thrown the ball in, and then it ricochets off of a body and right back out of bounds, and they give the ball back to Collinsville.
That's the same player, too.
Yeah.
They throw it into him, and he goes right off him, back out of bounds, and let the Cahoks take over on the free throw-in.
Well, my box is green now, so I guess we're okay. That's what I don't understand. The box turned red, and it said we were knocked off the air, but the bars showed full. Not really sure. I would like to be able just to hit start streaming and not have to worry about it until the game's over. And in the real world, that's what I would like. Collinsville trying to send the ball up, and
call there. Huster basically. Oh, they did make that call.
Yeah, they made it a little bit late.
No, they only called the throw in there. No call there. Huster got the shove down there, takedown, WWE style.
WWE style. It's right up your territory, isn't it? Right up your alley.
Maybe.
Ooh, right off of the body. I thought for a minute there that Baker was going to have a golden opportunity. Here's one that gets by, but Daniel Richardson comes out and makes another save.
Coffee cutting in there. Tried to just get it right back to Liljegren, but sent a little too much on it. Went right back to the Richardson goalie.
13:15 left to play here in this first half. Scoreless between these two Southwestern Conference rivals, Collinsville and Belleville West. Here's a ball that gets past everyone, and Richardson glides on over and picks the ball up.
Now Baker runs up there, a little pressure to get Richardson to pick the ball up. Still not doing anything with it. Now he'll kick it away.
That one went off the side of his foot and went toward his bench. That one didn't even travel but about 15 yards. Collinsville trying to bring the ball up. Here is Luke Liljegren. Liljegren works it over here onto the near side. That is Sam Huster. And now back around for Pies, who sends it across the box, right in front of the box. And Collinsville trying to get there first, but Belleville West did. And they send the ball all the way out to midfield. But nice job by the Collinsville defense tracking that ball down before the Maroons could get set up on offense. Now the ball comes back to Goodman. Goodman, he loses control of the ball, and trying to get there was Dalen Frecker. Got his arm tugged and ended up spinning him around right in front of the referee, and the referee didn't even blow the whistle. Huster sends the ball up the near side sideline, but that's going to go out of bounds before Spencer Pies has a chance to track it down, and it's going to give the ball back to the Maroons deep in Collinsville offensive territory.
Now they're starting to get substitutions just about every dead ball here. Campos making his first appearance.
Elvis Campos checks into the game. He'll take the place of Sam Huster.
Stop the clock here. Is somebody cramping up maybe?
Yep, got a cramp out there.
Flag trainer out there checking on a Maroon player.
So that'll give us a chance to think some more of our sponsors. How about my buddy Peyton Blaylock? The real estate market is hot right now. Trust the Blaylock team of RE/MAX Alliance to help you find the perfect home or help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily a call today at 618-780-4622 or visit BlaylockTeam.com. Ask about their HERO program, which gives discounts to law enforcement officers, teachers, firefighters, nurses, and EMTs. Again, that number, 780-4622. Peyton and Emily just had a baby over the summer.
Yeah, congratulations to them on the little one.
Yeah. Little baby girl. Their lives are over because I had a little baby girl once, and she turned into a 14-year-old. Never mind. It's a family show.
End it there.
Yeah, we'll just end it right there. Everybody that has a 14-year-old daughter, you know what I'm talking about. Not only that, but they're expensive. Boys are easy. Girls, man, they want.
There's a pass just to Pies, and it went under his foot. And
yeah, right out of bounds. So Belleville West will have a chance to throw the ball back in play. They do so. Let's see if they can keep it from going out of bounds this time. This time they do, but Collinsville ended up with it on their foot, so I guess all in all it's pretty much about the same thing. Collinsville sends the ball back to their defense. Here's Zach Covey. Covey sends the ball up, bounces off a player, gets it right back. Now he's going to send it up the far sideline. Collinsville's got some numbers going back, but there is Richardson once again coming out to play that ball, and he's been doing that this whole game thus far, and it's paid off for him.
I don't think Simpson thought the ball was just going to keep going like that. He held up for a minute. Wish he would have kept on going there.
Well, they tried over here on the far sideline and trying to chase it down, but unable to was Elvis Campos. Ball ends up out of bounds, and once again, another throw-in restart here for the Maroons. They put it a little soft spot in no man's land, and Maroons still managed to come up with it, send it out to midfield, and right back into the Collinsville defense. Now over onto the far side, Zach Covey. He sends it up the far sideline, but no one there to take that pass, so it's going to go out of bounds. Oh, forgot to start the clock again, didn't I?
Did that count for a goal? It just rolled into that goal.
I don't think they count that goal.
Yep. 9.5 to go in this first half. That wind is starting to die down. The flag's looking a little more limp. Throw-in just goes into a bunch of chaos in midfield, and Maroons stay sagging back on defense. Now this throw-in, they'll just let Simpson keep this one. Kick back, right back to Simpson, and the Canucks will work it back to the sweeper Vlasic. Is Null bringing this up down the sideline here? Canucks got some more subs in. Loses this one, and Covey will try to get it here at midfield. Scoreboard.
Yeah.
Clock stopped working.
No, I just forgot to start it, so I'm trying to find a way to get it back to where it's supposed to be, and it's not working out very well.
There's Whitehead trying to fight for it in the box. He'll lose that battle, and the Maroons control it here in the corner. No, we'll throw this one in off Baker.
Well, it goes into the corner, and then...
Yeah, in the corner, Campos loses it out of bounds.
Yeah. See, if you forget to start the clock, then you have to go back and reset everything. And it's a kind of a learn-as-you-go kind of thing, because that's the first time, of course, obviously, that I forgot to start the clock. So now we're all caught up again. Whistle on the play. And once again, going against Collinsville. Ball will go back to just between the goalkeeper Daniel Richardson and midfield. Free kick time. There is Dylan Firestone. Sends that ball in deep. Right off of the head of Collinsville's Spencer Vlasic. And pushed from behind is Luke Liljegren. No call on the play. Liljegren races up the sideline and awaits the pass, but the pass came late and then too deep anyway. And Daniel Richardson goes back and picks it up. 7 minutes to go. Here in this first half, we are scoreless. Collinsville has had the majority of the chances. Matter of fact, I still am hard-pressed to remember Belleville West actually having a shot on goal.
Now, the closest thing they got, they went off sides there. Wyatt chased the ball down. Closest thing they had, West had to a shot.
Collinsville trying to work the ball back up and get some offense going on here. And giving that a try is Elvis Campos. Campos sends it back into the defense. That is Spencer Vlasic. Vlasic over on the far side now for Donovan Scott Gass. Donovan Scott Gass sends it up. Here is Liljegren. Liljegren trying to split the defense. Does so with the ball, but couldn't quite get the body to split it, and the ball ends up all the way over here and out of bounds where Ryan Knoll will throw the ball in. Whistle on the play, but Clock keeps running as we have some substitutions coming in. Just under 6 minutes to go here in this first half. Ball thrown in right down to the feet of Zane Baker.
Baker just tried to turn and shoot there. Went off a maroon player, and Kahok will get this corner kick.
Wish I would have stuck that out there just in time.
Ouch.
All right, second corner kick coming up for Collinsville. First one came early in the game. Matter of fact, I believe 90 seconds in, Collinsville had a corner kick, and it wasn't a bad corner kick, but obviously no goal was scored. Zach Covey is over in the corner along with Trey Shibish, and it is going to be Covey who puts it into play off of a head and over.
Stays in.
Yeah, it stays in. Here comes another shot. That one was a little bit of a miss on the shot there by Ryan Knoll. Collinsville keeps it down there, though. Here's a bouncer that bounces right into Daniel Richardson, and Richardson will take it and wait and send everybody on back up. Another new sponsor we have on the air, Chapman Trucking LLC. Chapman Trucking LLC is a local Collinsville business owned and operated by 1994 Collinsville graduate Christy Chapman. With over 9 years of experience, Chapman Trucking LLC can take care of all of the heavy lifting when it comes to hauling aggregate materials such as sand, driveway rock, dirt, boulders, and more, including getting your heavy equipment where it needs to be. Give Christy a call for a free estimate at Chapman Trucking LLC at 960-9346. That's 618-960-9346 or online, chapmantruckingllc.net. 4 minutes coming up left to play here in this first half. We are scoreless. Now, if you would have told me that one team is 3-0 and the other one's 0-4, and one team is outscoring everyone 14-2 and the other one's being outscored 1-17, I would probably think that the team that hasn't lost a game yet is probably going to put on at least a couple of goals in the first half.
Bevel West really shelling back on their defense there, and their goalie has stood on his head and made some fantastic plays.
Yeah, he has. I would say that Mr. Thornberry made a good choice in putting Richardson in between the pipes today.
I don't know the story there on why he missed some of the games. Maybe it could have been injuries or whatnot, but they're just trying out different guys in that tournament.
Yeah, because on the roster, Richardson's actually listed as a midfielder, not listed as a goalkeeper.
So maybe he's a last-minute answer here, and he's doing a fantastic job.
There's a little lob pass that goes over, and Campos shoots and scores.
Went off a Kahok or somebody there in the middle, and it found Campos. Richardson committed there to the middle and had to rear back to his left, and Campos was able to get enough to get past Richardson. A little bit of bad luck there for Bevel West, really.
Elvis Campos put a blistering shot past Daniel Richardson. There was nothing Richardson could do about that. That ball came from the left side, went out to the right side, and Campos sent it home.
Now they forget to start.
I know.
So we'll play about 6 extra seconds here.
At least I'm right on time now. My clock matches the clock on the field. Here's a lob shot that's going to get over the head. Oh, man, I tell you what. Tate Wyatt was caught in no man's land there. He was way out front waiting for the play to come to him, and then a lob shot comes in from about 30 yards away. And it's a good thing it was high because I don't think Wyatt would have been back there in time to stop it.
He was late arriving to that one. If it would have popped in behind him, would have been a lucky goal there for West, but it stayed high and off the football post.
Here is a return shot now. Wyatt will slow that one down, pick it up, send everybody back up toward midfield before the Collinsville goalkeeper will put his right boot into it and send it up to midfield. Here is Logan Whitehead. He settles the ball down. Now a pop-up pass trying to find Campos, but instead it's off of the head of Sam Schmitz for Belleville West, but Collinsville keeps the ball in, and a shot that is just a little bit high from Dalen Frecker as he tried to get that ball, but I think that ball stayed up on him and probably hit off the top of his tennis shoe and went and stayed high.
Null sent that one in high, and it didn't clear the path through, but Frecker got to it. But yeah, too much off the top of the shoes.
Restart by the Maroons. They send the ball back out, and Collinsville will send the ball out of bounds. Throw in restart coming up here for the Maroons. Right at midfield, it'll be Sam Schmitz who will take care of that. Schmitz gets the ball in. Collinsville trying to take care of it. Here is Campos. Campos will send it back to the defense. Defense for Collinsville. Send it back now to Tate Wyatt. Wyatt will just send it on up as we approach 1 minute to go. Here, oh, there was a shot that was supposed to be a pass for one of the Collinsville midfielders coming all the way from the far side, but a heads-up play by Connor Bonnet off of him and almost had enough juice on it to get past Wyatt.
There was a lot of juice on it, and if Wyatt wouldn't have just happened to be in the perfect spot, it really would have carried away and into the goal.
Oh, Logan Whitehead went sliding for a ball, and now Isaac Goodman kind of gave him a little shove down there.
Richardson
right
stays
toward the
aggressive
end.
here and
Yeah.
chases that one down.
Richardson's been aggressive all day. He's been in the right spot at the right times. He's come out. He's stood his ground. He's challenged. As we are down to the final 15 seconds here in this first half. Halftime coming up, brought to you by Cafe Agape. We'll search the old interwebs and see if we can find some scores for you from other soccer and volleyball action going on. Lady Kahawks are in Freeburg, taking on the Lady Midgets. And when we get that score for you, of course, we will pass that along to you. We have reached halftime. Halftime again being brought to you by Cafe Agape. So as I mentioned, we will take a little bit of a break here, and when we come back, we'll hopefully have some halftime scores to pass along to you. We'll do that in just a mere moments here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Cafe Agape in Collinsville. Cafe Agape serves up delicious sandwiches, burgers, steaks, pulled pork, and the Collinsville favorite, the steak and onion sandwich. Cafe Agape has weekly lunch and dinner specials with pork steak Wednesdays, meatloaf Thursdays, and fish every Friday. Cafe Agape also offers catering service, and you can get Cafe Agape delivered now through the To-Go delivery app. Cafe Agape is open Monday through Friday from 11 to 7, and they're located at 703 St. Louis Road in Collinsville, or call 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Sloan's Pub House in Collinsville. Sloan's Pub House is now into their second year of operation on Main Street in Uptown Collinsville. Sloan's Pub House offers daily lunch and dinner specials that feature homemade pizza, burgers, sandwiches, salads, and more. Sloan's Pub House offers a great variety of craft libations for you adults, as well as a great brunch on Saturdays and Sundays. Sloan's Pub House, 119 West Main Street in Collinsville. Call 855-9100 or online sloanspubhouse.com.
And we welcome you back into the broadcast booth here at Belleville West High School during the Cafe Agape halftime show. We have scoured the interwebs, and we've only come up with a couple of things here, folks. Well, right now, Cardinals heading into the third inning. They are up 2-0, so nice to see Cardinals back home taking on the Pittsburgh Pirates, and Cardinals have been playing very well since the firing of their head coach, Mike Matheny, the reshuffling of their bullpen, bringing up some of the kids from Memphis. And today, Mike Schilt had the interim tag removed from in front of the word manager, so now he is just manager. And if the playoffs were to start today, Cardinals would host that wild card game.
Great turnaround by the Cardinals. Good to see. And they're beating the Pirates already here early tonight.
Other soccer scores that we have for you. Edwardsville is beating Belleville East by a score of 1-0, and I believe that's right around halftime as well. And already over, Alton beat Granite City by a score of 3-2. We have not gotten any updates from Freeburg as far as the girls' volleyball game is concerned. Matter of fact, looking on the Score Stream app on my phone, it says 0-0 in the first set. I find that a little hard to believe at almost 8 o'clock at night, but I will await for someone from the team to text me and tell me what was going on. So, Mr. Kettler, we haven't talked in a while about sports. Well, we got a couple of seconds. We just brushed on the Cardinals for a minute. How about the offseason by the Blues?
Well, they're reloading, aren't they?
Man, I'm telling you what, this is going to be a fun team to watch. Patrick Maroon returns home and will play for the team that he grew up rooting for. You get Ryan O'Reilly from the Buffalo Sabres, along with a backup goalkeeper, Chad Johnson. And then you get David Perron coming back and putting on a blue note for the third time in his career. It's just kind of strange, but you know what? I'll take it.
He found some success there in the Las Vegas team that went all the way to the finals. Hopefully the Blues can get some kind of magical season going with a special playoff run.
Well, he definitely has the experience, does Perron. The only real concern I have is the play between the pipes. You have got to have a stellar season from Jake Allen for all this to work.
They're always searching for that goalie, and hopefully Jake Allen will be that guy.
Hopefully. We will step aside here. We have about 3 minutes and 20 seconds until we resume second half action. So we're going to step aside, get a drink, rest our vocal cords, and we'll come back with that second half action in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network. Todd Duke, Chris Kettler back with you as we are just about ready for second half action between Collinsville and Belleville West. Let's go ahead and thank Pack Mail while we have a moment. Pack Mail is locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. You can visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com, or you can call 346-4884. We will switch ends of the field. Collinsville will now be shooting at the goal to our left, so that means they'll have a little bit of wind in their face. It's died down just a little bit.
Well, it's dying down a bit more, but it's keep going at a pretty good clip so far.
Yeah.
Team's back out here now finally. Refs still getting themselves organized, going to their positions, and then.
Well, I had one of those head colds over the weekend. That was horrible.
Let
me tell you
going
what.
Around because.
Well, I think I got mine from Dr. McCluskey. Friday at the booth, he came in, he shook my hand because I hadn't seen him since basketball season, and then we're doing the game, and I'm noticing as we're doing the game, he keeps on having these little sniffles going on. And so the next morning, I wake up and all of a sudden I got a sore throat, and I was starting to sneeze. So it was right then I put 2 and 2 together. I'm like, Dr. McCluskey gave me a cold, didn't he?
I came across somebody else that had one over the weekend. I can't remember who, and then
oh god, and
it at work. Somebody had one. Yeah,
it was it was not fun.
It was up and down with the weather. How it was cool and then hot.
We're underway here in the second half. Yeah, and that's the worst part is the heat. You go outside when you have a head cold and it feels like 102 outside. It does not feel good. Collinsville putting on some pressure right off the get-go here in the second half as they have the ball in the box and a save once again by Daniel Richardson. Richardson, from what we understand, has been put in goal despite his stellar effort playing on the field in other positions. So as we talked about at the beginning, Chris, I think Belleville West is trying to really start to figure out where their players are going to go and who's going to be better served in each position.
Yeah, looks like they wanted to have him out on the field and try some other guys out on goal, but that didn't quite work out from what we hear, and they're going to go with Richardson for the foreseeable future here in goal.
Collinsville with the ball and the 1-0 lead. Here is Liljegren, moves it up to Whitehead. Whitehead sends it back to the defense, and the defense pops a little bloop pass up the near side sideline, and it's going to be offside.
That's what you end up with, early season tournament like that last week. You find out something about your team, Collinsville did and Belleville West did too, about their goalies, and you find that out here before you get into conference play and some other big games along the way.
Well, it's gotten a little bit more comfortable as far as the weather is concerned since the sun went down. I hope the boys out there playing are finding the comfort level just a little bit better as they're out there working hard and sweating. Collinsville sends the ball up the far side sideline. It's a race, and it is a dead heat race over there on that far side. I believe that was Tyler Kinklin and Trey Shibis for Collinsville. Now the ball popped up into the air by Liljegren off of Logan Whitehead's head and right to Daniel Richardson in goal. Richardson, for a moment, took a few steps forward like he was going to come out and challenge and then went back, and right when he took those few steps back, that's when the ball found him.
Just trying to see what that ball was going to do from Liljegren, who just kind of wildly sent it up in the air, and it did find Whitehead's head.
That ball will roll all the way up the near side sideline and out of bounds. What's up with the orange soccer ball? Is that something new this year?
No, not that I've ever seen before. I guess if it's a legal ball, just you can play with it. Probably not the ball that they would be using for state playoffs or anything like that, but if it's a legal ball, I guess we can bring it out here today.
Yeah. Trey Simpson throws the ball in. Ooh. Liljegren was trying to sneak past the defense there and almost got away with it. Here is Wilhold. Wilhold moves the ball up over on the far side sideline, turning the corner with a little lob shot, and off of a couple of bodies. Liljegren tried to make that one work in his favor. Instead, he'll send it back out front now, wait for some help, and a little crowded box. I thought for sure there was going to be a call as Zach Covey got taken down right in front of the box, but The referee let him play through it. Now the ball all the way up the far sideline, and Collinsville trying to race and get the ball before it goes over the end line, but that effort was not a success.
I'd like to have got that call in the middle there. Maybe Covey just lost his footing. Center referee makes no call on that one, and now the foul here, and the Maroons will get the restart.
Well, 36-20 left to play here in this second half. Collinsville with a first half goal by Campos has given them a 1-0 lead, which they still have 4 minutes into the second half. Play takes place over on the far sideline. Maroons trying to send it up and put some pressure on Tate Wyatt, but Collinsville's defense is up to the task, and they'll send it back. Here is Liljegren. He tries to thread the pass, but once again, Daniel Richardson comes way out, makes the play. But the ball stays in the Collinsville offensive zone. Liljegren puts on a couple of nice moves to keep that ball in Kahok possession. Now Zach Covey brings it up toward the middle. Zane Baker. Baker turns, puts one right outside of the box. Here's one that goes into the box for Logan Whitehead. Liljegren gets there, but right at the same time, so did the leg of Mitch Oplet. Now a ball that's right down into Liljegren, and Richardson came out to make the play at the same time. Liljegren got there, and Liljegren did get a little bit on the ball, but not enough as it ended up taking off of Richardson and then just wide of the net.
Good way to get control of the ball there for Liljegren. Tried to make the goalie miss, but kept it wide there off of Richardson.
Let's thank the Junior Service Club. How about the fine ladies that operate that since 1934? Ladies of Collinsville have been operating the Junior Service Club. They have been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go help the needy in Collinsville. The next event coming up for the Junior Service Club would be toasted ravioli for sale on Main Street during the 2 days of the Italian Fest coming up on the third week of September. That would be the 21st and the 22nd of September, by the way. For more information on that event and more, you can visit the Collinsville Junior Service Club's Facebook page or their website, collinsvillejsc.net, or .com, excuse me, collinsvillejsc.com. Toasted ravioli. Fine St. Louis tradition. Thank you. I'll have a couple, and then I'll go back for some seconds.
Send me some.
Yeah.
The Collinsville tradition, the Italian Fest.
Yep. Been there just about every year since I can remember. Here are the Maroons trying to bring it up, but a little miss hit there. Collinsville, they bring it back up with a head of steam. Trey Simpson, and then a whistle on the play. And Collinsville will have a free kick from about 30 yards out, maybe 40 yards.
Let's stop the clock here and give him a card on that. Big head of steam there from Simpson, who's not afraid to leave that defensive position and attack the net. And so at 33-12, they'll give him that card.
Free kick will be coming from about 40 yards away. Referee wants to make sure everyone is set. Kick is on the way. And Richardson comes out. Makes another save. Besides the one goal that got past him, Richardson has had a stellar game.
Yeah, they got all the orange balls out there now.
Yeah, they do.
Did we just not notice the first half?
I think I mentioned something, but I didn't really dwell on it too much.
But yeah, Richardson's done a great job out here for the Maroons today, and maybe the Maroons have found their goalie of the future. And this Pie's going to throw this in here, and there's this oddball table that he's got to go around.
I don't know why they have a folding table sitting there on the sideline.
That should really be moved out of the way here, especially future throw-ins.
Well, not to mention the fact that somebody could run right into it. A little head of steam and you can't stop yourself. Hello, soccer player, meet folding table. Collinsville bringing the ball up. Nice moves put on there by Zach Covey. And then Covey runs into one of the defenders for the Maroons. That's Sean Leary. Him and Leary both go tumbling down as that ball ends up going over the end line.
They get tangled up after Covey loses control of the ball. There's no call there.
Ball put back in play by the Maroons. And out of bounds by the Maroons. No one touched it. And there's a nice throw in. Gets past Luke Liljegren, who gives it up to Logan Whitehead. Whitehead, a little spin turnaround pass to Liljegren. And then Liljegren.
Yeah, flattens a Maroon player there. Gets called for that foul.
No yellow card, though. Maroons will have another free kick, but this one's going to come from way deep as Liljegren took out Dylan Firestone. Firestone's going to get to put the ball back in play. He does so and sends it pretty hefty distance down the way, and it's popped up and takes a bounce over on the far side sideline right in front and then over the Maroons bench. Now back to action. Feet get tangled up. Whistle blows. This one's going to go against the Maroons. Collinsville will get the ball back, but deep in their own defensive end.
Player laid out there for West slow to get up, and they'll stop play here and intended the Maroons player
just off of the sideline.
He's quick to get up, and we'll take the few steps over to the sideline, and play will resume.
Beautiful night, actually. Feels good out here now. Storms coming overnight. Be even a little cooler tomorrow. The temperature hasn't really actually been that hot. I mean, 92, I think, is what made it up today, but it's been the humidity and the dew point that's
kind of how it's been all summer. It hasn't gotten crazy like a 100-degree actual temperature, but there's been plenty of humidity days.
We all forget sometimes, don't we? Collinsville bringing it up the far side sideline, cutting it in the box. That is Liljegren, I believe, all the way over there on the far side. Ball gets away, comes out for the Maroons. Maroons trying to mount an attack off of the back of one of the legs of one of the Maroon players and then back into the Collinsville side, but then the ball all the way down the far side sideline and out of bounds once again in front of the Maroons bench.
First subs of the second half coming in here for the Cahoks.
Campos comes back in.
Campos had that goal.
Liljegren to the bench.
Fricker also finding his way in there.
Ball back into play, and here's a chance for Campos. He puts juice on it, and he can't make the save. This time, Ken Richardson, goal for Collinsville, and Campos has two.
Campos literally just came in. The throw in, and then the pass. The pass went right to Campos, and he sends that high shot in, up over Richardson's head, and just low enough to go over the crossbar. Campos with his second goal of the game.
Yeah.
And he does it very quickly, seconds into getting into the game.
We are back to action. So Campos scoring his second and third goals of the year. Logan Whitehead came in leading in that department for Collinsville with 4. Zane Baker and Luke Liljegren had 3. And then you had Campos, Copatelli, Huster, and Hens with 1 each.
Yeah, lots of different guys got goals there in that second game against Breeze Central. Really spread that game around. Got some different guys in the scoring column.
So Campos in one game has now tied Zane Baker and Luke Liljegren for the second spot as far as goals are concerned for Collinsville. Corner kick coming up here for the Maroons, their first corner kick here in this game. It's on the way and out the other side and almost out of the front of the box. Ball loose, picked up by Collinsville. Making the turn and bringing it up is Zane Baker. Baker will bring it up with a pass to Logan Whitehead. Whitehead in the middle to Frecker. Frecker leaves it up front. Richardson comes out. Oh, what a nice move put on there. And it's a goal by Collinsville and Zane Baker.
Well set up by Campos, leading the back defender for West farther on down the field, which led to Zane Baker getting the ball, put the first touch just around Richardson, and an easy line to the goal there to finish that one off, and it's 3-0 Kahawks.
Well, that was the one that Daniel Richardson been coming out of that box all day long trying to put challenges on people, and for the most part he was successful, but that time Baker put on a nice move to get it past the goalkeeper, and once he did, that was probably the easiest goal Zane Baker will ever score.
Now the Kahawks still attacking here. Whitehead gets the touch on the ball there.
Collinsville pouring it on here in the second half.
Now they're really playing with some confidence. Here comes Covey.
Yeah, Covey breaks it around, gets it around a couple of people, puts a shot on goal, and it's in. Boy.
That was all Zach Covey. He made that work from go. He had all the confidence in the world just to keep streaming up the middle of the field there, and they've turned this one around.
Man, you are
quickly,
not kidding.
And it's 4-0.
This is in a matter of about 2 minutes. We've scored 3 goals.
Covey will take a seat on the bench now, and Baker, who had the goal before that.
I'm sure they're winded right now. It's a lot of running around.
Now with a lead, a big lead, and 2 more games this week, Coach Luggie may look to get some of these guys rested.
Ball popped up into the offensive zone for the Maroons, but no one back there wearing a maroon jersey to do anything with it, so it rolls right to Tate Wyatt. He will in turn roll it on up to his defense, and the defense will put on some moves. Here is Campos. Campos brings it up the near side sideline. That's where he finds Spencer Vlasic. Vlasic trying to turn the corner, but that ball knocked off of his foot by Sean Leary.
Yeah, more guys running over there on the bench here. Coach Lee will start to get more of these guys going in this game. They have back-to-back games Thursday and Friday.
Yeah, that they do.
Pye's going to throw this one in. Kahawks looking for a 5th goal.
Way high, out in front, rolls down and back over to this side. I believe that was off of a head. That bounced very far off of a head.
Maroons tried to save it here, but Pies will get another throw in. You got a volleyball, or?
I'm trying to.
Oh.
I'm going to go ahead and say that it's probably over. It's 8:15, and I haven't heard from anyone yet, so I just sent someone from the team a text asking for a score. Here, it is 4-0 in favor of Collinsville. Throw in coming from the near side by Pies. It's high again, out in front of the box. And this one takes a couple of bounces. Collinsville steadies it, tries to put up a shot through the box, and that was blocked out by the defense for the Maroons. Apparently it was last touched by, I thought it was touched by a Maroon player, so Collinsville will get the throw-in restart here, and it's pretty much the same spot that Pies just threw the ball in from just a mere moment ago. Another high throw-in, and that one, that was a swing and a miss there by Dylan Firestone, and the ball ends up skimming off of his calf and across the end line, so Collinsville will get a corner kick.
Campos taking this one on this near corner right closest to us.
It's on the way. Takes a little bit of a bend and right into the hands of Richardson, and then he dropped it. And then it pops back up, and he grabs it before anyone can do any damage.
The Cahoks would have been kicking at that one, being more aggressive. They may have been able to get a foot on it and keep it going, but up 4-0, they were clearing off.
Hawks still keeping the ball in their offensive zone with a couple of nice moves, and then a shove from behind there by Peyton Burris, but no whistle on the play as the ball comes up the near side sideline. Maroons trying to get that ball swinging in the other direction, give themselves a chance to score a goal here in this game. If they don't score a goal in these final 24 minutes, that means they will head into their next game, having scored 1 goal in 5 games.
Player for the Maroons went down here right about the west 40-yard line, and now he's back to get going, and the Cahoks well, they're the ones that actually took the ball out of bounds, but technically should be a West throw in here, but they'll probably just throw the ball back to the Cahoks to continue play.
All that, and they didn't even stop the clock.
Nah, they didn't stop the clock. They just kept going, but yeah, West just throws it in the Cahoks to continue play.
Another new sponsor we have, Lakeside Roofing. They joined us last year for the Prairie Farms Holiday Basketball Tournament, and now they have joined us for the whole entire sports broadcast year with us here on KHawkSports.com. So we welcome Lakeside Roofing. You can let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing, they are your winning team for commercial and residential roofing system. Lakeside's all-star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 344-2800 on the Illinois side, that's 618, of course, or on the Missouri side, 314-241-5253. Online, lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience, choose Lakeside. Another throw-in coming up here for Collinsville and Spencer Pies. Once again, he gets the ball up high and right toward the middle of the box where it comes down, and the Maroons take control of it and send the ball up. Collinsville with 3 goals here in the second half within a matter of about 2 minutes. Campos scored at the 29-16 mark. Baker scored at the 27-57 mark. And then just 25 seconds later, Covey scores.
A whole bunch of subs will come in here. We got a West player down near the goal box. Clock stopped right at 22. And, yeah, Coach Lugie will really start to clear the bench now here.
Well, we have an injury timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. Back in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network. Back here at Belleville West High School, Todd Duke, Chris Kettler along with you. Injury timeout is over, and we are back to action as Collinsville leads 4-0, looking for some more. There's a ball that's off of the shin of Sean Leary and out of bounds.
So much for the rest. They actually brought in some of the starters here again, Liljegren, Whitehead. And these guys get a few more minutes here tonight.
Not a good night in Freeburg.
Not a good night in Freeburg. Couldn't follow up with the win the other day.
Nope. Freshmen lost 21-14 and 21-9. JV lost 25-11 and 25-18. And varsity lost 25-20 and 25-21. Oh, there's a blistering shot right in front from Zane Baker, and it goes off of the football crossbar and straight back down to the field of play.
Yeah, he was in close on that one. Just reared back and shot it and brought too much up on it. But, yeah, volleyball team. Sounds like they're right there for both sets, but didn't get a win out of either one. So they'll
and what, Freeburg has always been tough in volleyball.
For a tough place to play there. Yep. And not sure who they have next, but some more games coming up for the volleyball team.
Yep, we have volleyball next week. We focused on soccer this week since we did our season opener for volleyball last week and, of course, the football opener Friday. So we decided to throw a couple of soccer games in, especially since we were allowed the opportunity to start our season with a Southwestern Conference game. That's always nice. We're just getting started, folks. This is only our third game. We probably have 135 or so more coming at you between now and the end of May, beginning of June.
Heck, you're just going to have 20 at the Holiday Classic.
Oh, yeah.
20 some odd.
That's been a big draw. I get really the most people watching at any one particular point during that. And with 19:40 left to play, Collinsville enjoying a 4-0 lead. But never to rest on their laurels. Here come the Kahawks once again. It's going to be Liljegren with a little breakaway. He puts on a nice move off of the outside post, far side post, and in.
Led Richardson enough to his right and sent the shot the other way, and it just caught that opposite corner. Kahawks pouring it on now, up 5-0.
5-0.
So Coach Loogie brings the starters back in and gets one more goal here. Seemed like after that second goal, West has really just put their heads down here and let the Kahawks have their way.
It was a tight first half. 1-0 on a goal by Campos. With about 3 minutes left to go in the game, or in the first half. So a late goal. And Collinsville has poured it on since the second half begun and trying it again as that loose ball went all the way through the box and out the far side corner of the box before finally settled down there by the Maroons. And the Maroons have not tested Tate Wyatt out at all in this game. Wyatt almost had one go in on a lob shot over his head, but he got lucky as it bounced over the net, but other than that, really, he has not been tested. Let's thank another one of our new sponsors and another one of our sponsors that joined us last year for the Ferry Farms Holiday Basketball Tournament and has decided to join us for the full year again this year. That would be Pace Design and Construction in Maryville, owned by Tim Pace. Whether building a new home, making an addition to the home you currently own, or finally getting around to that remodeling job you've been putting off, Pace Design and Construction in Maryville can help. Pace Design and Construction is a building and remodeling contractor that you can trust. They provide the highest quality, they are dedicated to their customers, and are committed to completing your project on time and within budget. Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Call 618-407-5466 or online PaceDesignConstruction.com or Pace Construction Design on Facebook. Glad that Pace Design and Construction joined us for the year.
Almost another chance at a goal there for the Kahawks.
I was watching that out of the corner of my eye. You know, when I'm reading these things, I'm like watching out of the corner of my eye because soccer is just one of those games that doesn't provide you a lot of opportunity to play commercials. So you have to do it while a game is actually in progress. So I try to pick and choose my moments, usually when there's a goal kick restart coming up and I know the ball is going to be sent out toward midfield. Where sometimes it takes a while to move it back upfield for a goal opportunity, but sometimes it happens quickly. I've been caught off guard before in the middle of a commercial when somebody has scored.
Shibish could have got more on that one. The goalie for West was aggressive again on that one and didn't give Shibish a lot of time to get a good shot off.
Here's Liljegren, who scored the last goal, up to Whitehead. A lot of the starters still out there, which I'm a little surprised about.
He brought him back in there on that 22-minute mark. Let's see how long they stay in. They already got that goal. Said.
Just about 16 minutes left to go here in this one. Collinsville has really poured it on here in the second half. 1 goal in the first, 4 unanswered. Well, they've all been unanswered here in the second half. A little sliding kick by Ethan Wilhold puts the ball up through midfield and all the way to the goalkeeper, Daniel Richardson. Richardson sends it on out, to Sean Leary, and Leary tried to do an Olay kick and missed the ball totally, and that could have been a little bit dangerous. But he gets it up. Tate Wyatt will pick the ball up, and he will try to send the ball out, all while Clay McGrew is providing a little defensive opposition.
Basketball defense almost.
Yeah, all he didn't have to do was get his hands up, right? Oh, wait a minute. That's not allowed in soccer.
It's offsides. Whitehead offsides here.
Well, that ball is going to end up way off the other end of the track here. Our next action will come your way from Kahok Stadium on Thursday as Chatham Glenwood is in town. That's a little bit of an earlier start because the folks are driving all the way from Springfield, so they moved that start up from 6:30 to 6 o'clock so the kids from Glenwood High School can get back at a decent hour for their school day the next day. So that'll be 6 o'clock on Thursday, and then, of course, Friday we're in Troy for week number 2 of the football season as your K-Hawks look to rebound after that 54-22 opening week loss to Cahokia with a battle against the Triad Knights, and that's never an easy task.
Maybe Triad reloading a bit this year. They lost a lot of guys, so be an interesting game to see how that battle goes down. Triad's got the home field advantage on that grass there.
Yes, they do, and they run that triple running back offense where it is very confusing to know who has the ball. Once they hand the ball off, it's one of 4 people that end up with it. And
yeah, they still do that.
I know.
I saw their squad game back 2 weeks ago, and still same type of thing they're running.
That's the Paul Bassler offense for you in his 21st year as head coach of the Triad Knights football program against first-year head coach Mike Popovich, who has an 0-1 mark to start off his career as K-Hawks head man. Here's a ball that squeaks through, and Logan Whitehead's got a clean track to. Oh, they call it offside.
Seemed like he was held up just a bit there. Maybe didn't get back just in time. Thought it was onside, but
yeah, that ball was way past everyone before Whitehead even noticed it and started chasing after it.
Might have been the near defender here that was the farthest one back. I mean, Whitehead never spotted him, and that's what brought him off sides.
This one bounces all the way down, and
that's indirect anyway. He could have just let that go in the goal anyway. It wouldn't have counted, but he'll field it cleanly.
Logan Wyatt still in goal. Backup goalkeeper this year for Collinsville is Logan Rader, and Logan has played 40 minutes this year. He has allowed no goals.
I believe you saw that second half against Breeze Central. Here's a go. Oh, no,
man.
wide.
Man, oh, man. That was a nice try there by Zane Baker. He tried to go from the far side post and sneak it into the near side post, but it probably just went past that near side post about by maybe half a foot.
Seemed like Richardson was pretty passive on that one and gave it up. It seemed Zane Baker might have been able to just keep bringing that one in and was going to get an easy goal.
Ball sent back down at midfield. Just under 12 minutes to go here in this second half. Collinsville enjoying a 5-0 lead. As the Kahawks bring the ball back up. Trying to move it up was Zane Baker, but he kind of overstepped the ball and left the ball behind. Now here is Donovan Scott Gass. He puts the ball back up onto the offensive side of things. Into the box it goes. But Logan Whitehead could not get there before Daniel Richardson did to scoop it up. Keep the ball out of harm's way. Ball popped way up into the air. Comes down into the Belleville West offensive zone, but Collinsville is there to chase it down. And Ethan Wilhold taking care of that. Right there to make the pickoff play. Nice job by Luke Liljegren. He snuck up behind the midfielder for the Maroons and got his pocket picked. Now the ball goes back to Wilhold. Wilhold moves it up, and offside it's going to be again.
Yeah, way offside there. 3 yards offsides there was Liljegren. Got caught trailing up the field a little too far.
So about 80 yards away from the goal occupied by Tate Wyatt. That ball will be sent down off of the head of Wilhold. Far side. Back out to midfield. Logan Whitehead puts on a couple of moves, circles around, sends the ball deeper into the offensive zone.
By the time he sent that one, Zane Baker had circled back into the midfield with the rest of the players, so nothing going there. Richardson will bring this one back out.
Daniel Richardson sends the ball up. Back into the offensive zone of Belleville West, but it does not stay there very long. We have not had a lot of play in the Maroons offensive zone here tonight. Nine and a half to go here in this one. 5-0 in favor of Collinsville. Kahawks look like they are going to move to 4-0 and 1-0 in conference play.
There's a little something from the Maroons.
Yeah,
good
Wes
defense there from Covey.
West is bringing the ball up there like that's what they're used to doing, but Collinsville, what they are used to doing is stopping penetration into their defensive zone, and they did so again there.
Another little touch foul there in the middle. Kahawks taking a lot of those, but it really keeps Belleville West from getting anything up the field and keeping them out of their offense. Move this ball all the way back to the
right at midfield.
Logo.
Right on top of the Belleville West logo. Is that a flame that's supposed to be on top of that? Ooh, right into the bread basket there at Tate Wyatt.
Starting to wonder that myself.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's the Maroons. There's nothing to do with fire, but that does look like a flame, doesn't it?
Maybe so. With shield and flame.
What is a maroon besides a color?
Whatever you want it to be.
Okay.
Stay on side here.
It does. Over to Liljegren. Liljegren back over to
Another
Shibish.
pass.
And in the box, they shoot and they score.
A little too slow to develop there. But
I know.
Richardson just didn't know what to do, though, and Shibish gets the goal. Or Zane Baker got the goal.
Yeah, Zane Baker with the goal. Baker has scored his second. Campos has 2 in this game. 7
Now it's time to take the starters out here for the final 7 minutes. 6-0 Kahawks.
Yeah. Slow to develop after only a 1-0 first half. And at that point, it very well could have been 3 or 4-0 because at the point in the first half, Daniel Richardson was making nice save after nice save.
Yeah, if they would let a few more go there in the first half, 3 or 4 goals, and then this would have looked way lopsided in the likes of 9 or 10-0.
Yeah, well, it's already a 6-0 lead now. And here are the Maroons bringing it up over on the far sideline, trying to get rid of that goose egg on the scoreboard as we approach 7 minutes left to play here in this one. Collinsville still bringing the ball up, wanting to create some more offense for some of the guys that don't get a chance to play on the varsity side too much. Anthony Copatelli sends that one up. Copatelli already has a goal on the varsity side this year. Came in some spot duty last year. Here's a ball that gets past the defense. Bringing it up the near side is Copatelli. Copatelli tries to center the ball right at the top of the box, but it takes a little bit of a bend, and that bend allowed the Maroons to pick it up. And now here is Campos. Campos circles, looks, puts it up into the box off of a head, back out front, and the Maroons kick it out of harm's way. Back to midfield. Nice little back kick there by the Maroons' Clay McGrew to send that ball into his offensive zone, but it does not stay there for very long as we approach 6 minutes left to play here in this second half between Collinsville and Belleville West.
This header just goes right back out.
And the clock continues to run while we await the restart here. Well, I'm starting to figure out that this Score Stream app isn't very reliable. It still says Collinsville and Freeburg 0-0 in the first set of the volleyball game. See, this is a thing that the Belleville News Democrat is using to keep everybody up to date on scores since they can't do it through the newspaper anymore. But this apparently isn't working very well either. There's a ball that's popped up out of bounds.
Guess they're relying on other people to send that in, and if that falls through, then
yep,
it'll just have to come the old-fashioned way later on when the stats and stuff get reported.
Yeah, it'll be put in the paper, but it'll be a day after everybody else knows the score.
No, it'll be online later on, this STL and
yep,
the stats pages and all that. Score Stream trying to keep everybody up to date by the minute, but
and that requires a little bit of help.
A little bit of help, yeah.
And I know how that goes, trying to get scores coming in from the various Kahok sports. There's a throw-in by Sean Leary as the Maroons look to get one goal here before they head back home for the night. But Collinsville will send the ball back up into the offensive zone. Coming up on 4 minutes left to go here in this one. Turning around, Dylan Firestone. Firestone brings it up through midfield with a pass off of the back heel there of Seth Fisher. Fisher didn't know it until he felt it, and now the ball ends up going out of bounds. Last touched by the Maroons, so Collinsville will get the ball back, and the throw-in will come from Trey Simpson. Trey Simpson, a starter, back in there.
He'll head out right now.
Yep.
Spencer Pies will come back in for these final minutes here. He hasn't been out there in quite a while.
He started this game, though, so one starter replaces another starter. And
only so many guys to go around. I guess some starters got to stay out there.
Spencer Pies, he's had a pretty good job of throwing the ball in all day. Off of the head of Leary. Bounces around at midfield. Maroons trying to come up with it. Here is Caden Hillier. Hillier moves the ball up, gets it to Fisher. Fisher's pass intended over on the far side there for Tyler Kinnikin, but misses him. Post-game show sponsored by Chiropractic Works coming up here in just a little while. We are hoping to get a chance to talk to head coach Rob Lugie. We didn't get a chance to do that in the pregame show, and again, we apologize. Things happen sometimes, especially on the road. I honestly didn't have any idea they were all the way over there in the other locker room. Collinsville with a 6-0 lead and looking for more. There's Copatelli over on the far side. There's a shot on goal, and coming out to his left was Daniel Richardson. Richardson scoops the ball up with 2:20 left to play. Here in this one, Richardson sends the ball up all the way back down. Will hold. Takes care of it, makes sure that it can't go any farther. Maroons will get the ball back.
Throw in here in front of the Kahok bench. We're going to tick down these final 2 minutes.
Maroons will have to try and figure things out before they have to play at Waterloo on Thursday. That one's scheduled for a 5 o'clock start. Huh.
5 o'clock start. It's usually a JV time. Maybe they put JV time first. I don't know.
You know, all the rest of them were, well, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock starts, but
seemed to be step by step with the defender there was player there for the Kahawks, but he gets called for offsides.
We are down to the final minute here.
It's not so hard to take when you're up 6-0 in the final minute, though.
No. Collinsville will improve to 4-0, while the Maroons will drop to 0-5. Cardinals are up 4-1 in the bottom of the 5th. Cubs and the Mets are scoreless, going in the top of the 6th. Final 20-something seconds ticking off the clock here. That one's going to be offside, and it's going to go all the way back to midfield, and it's going to have to come all the way back to where the whistle blew, and by the time they get the ball set down, this game will be over.
Maybe by design there, just get this one over with here, and final 7 seconds tick off. One last kick of the ball.
And that is going to do it. Collinsville wins this one by a final score of 6-0. Couple of goals by Campos, couple of goals by Baker, and a Covey and a Liljegren goal will account for all of Collinsville's goals. Campos' first goal came in the first half. All the other ones came in the second half. As we transition our way into the Chiropractic Works post-game show. Chiropractic Works, located in Collinsville. Dr. Chris McCluskey and his crew are focused on helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives, all through chiropractic care and wellness. You can visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works. His office is located at 410 Regency Center, just off of the Beltline Road in Collinsville. You can call 343-3602 or online, chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. Post-game show comes your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Hey guys, I'm Dr. Chris McCluskey, and I'm excited to be here talking to you about one of our favorite products that we offer to the practice members in our office. It's called Rico's Bioenergy Band. Now, over the last 15 years that I've been in health and wellness, we've been blessed to grow one of the busiest pediatric and family wellness centers in the United States, where we've helped tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of people. So today we're going to talk about Rico's Bioenergy Bands. It's a simple band that you wear around your wrist or your ankle. We even have dog bands. What the Bioenergy Band does, it helps you live a higher quality of life, which is exactly what my purpose in life is to help as many people live as high quality of life for as long as possible. So we're going to introduce to you Rico, the band, the science and technology. We're going to perform a test for y'all to show you how the product works.
I'm Rico with Rico's Bioenergy. I created Rico's Bioenergy wristbands. We've been around for around 7 years, and this company has grown to a $20 million company because we have a great product and it works.
Hi, I'm Colton Pareko. I want to thank the team at RE/MAX Alliance for helping me find my first home. It couldn't have been any easier. If you're in the game for a new home, contact my friends at RE/MAX Alliance.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future. To create your inheritance. To build your vision. To anticipate the known and unknown. And to find potential in both. And build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Hey guys, I'm Dr. Chris McCluskey, and I'm excited to be here talking to you about one of our favorite products that we offer to the practice members in our office. It's called Rico's Bioenergy Band. Now, over the last 15 years that I've been in health and wellness, we've been blessed to grow one of the busiest pediatric and family wellness centers in the United States, where we've helped tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of people. So today we're going to talk about Rico's Bioenergy Bands. It's a simple band that you wear around your wrist or your ankle. We even have dog bands. What the Bioenergy Band does, it helps you live a higher quality of life, which is exactly what my purpose in life is to help as many people live as high quality of life for as long as possible. So we're going to introduce to you Rico, the band, the science and technology. We're going to perform a test for y'all to show you how the product works.
I'm Rico with Rico's Bioenergy. I created Rico's Bioenergy wristbands. We've been around for around 7 years, and this company has grown to a $20 million company because we have a great product and it works.
And once again, we welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works post-game show here in Belleville West. Collinsville wins this one tonight by a final score of 6-0. Took almost all of the first half before we finally got our first goal, and Elvis Campos scored with about 3 minutes and 8 seconds left to make it 1-0. And that's the way we started the second half, and we waited a full 11 minutes and a handful of seconds before the next goal was scored. Also scored by Elvis Campos, but then that goal started a string of 3 in a row. Campos scored. A couple of minutes later, Zane Baker scored, and 25 seconds after that, Covey scores, and before you knew it, Collinsville was up 4-0, and then later in the game, Luke Liljegren added a goal, and Zane Baker added a goal with about 7.5 minutes to go, and that gives us our final score of 6-0. So Chris Keller, it was a long way to kind of get there. You know, I mean, it was 1-0 early on, later in the first half, but it eventually looked like a team that had outscored their opponents 14-2 in the first 3 games.
Yeah, they had West had found a new goalie here. He was trying to keep his team in it. West was staying back on defense and not letting much through, but Campos found that first goal, and then just seconds later, after coming in the game in the second half, he got that second goal, and then the Cahoks were able to pour it on and just really took the sails out of Belleville West and really brought them down. And Coach Lukey is running up here. It looks like he's waiting for you.
Running up here. We're going to take another break and let Coach Lukey catch his breath, and back with our interview with the head coach in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Hey guys, I'm Dr. Chris McCluskey, and I'm excited to be here talking to you about one of our favorite products that we offer to the practice members in our office. It's called Rico's Bioenergy Band. Now, over the last 15 years that I've been in health and wellness, we've been blessed to grow one of the busiest pediatric and family wellness centers in the United States, where we've helped tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of people. So today we're going to talk about Rico's Bioenergy Bands. It's a simple band that you wear around your wrist or your ankle. We even have dog bands. What the Bioenergy Band does, it helps you live a higher quality of life, which is exactly what my purpose in life is to help as many people live as high quality of life for as long as possible. So we're going to introduce to you Rico, the band, the science and technology. We're going to perform a test for y'all to show you how the product works.
I'm Rico with Rico's Bioenergy. I created Rico's Bioenergy wristbands. We've been around for around 7 years, and this company has grown to a $20 million company because we have a great product and it works.
And once again, we welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works post-game show here on the Kahok Sports Network. Collinsville victorious here tonight by a score of 6-0 over Southwestern Conference rival Belleville West. And joining us on the post-game show now is Kahok head boys soccer coach Rob Lugie. Coach, didn't get a chance to talk to you in the pregame, but what a nice start to your year. You have a sparkling record, and you're outscoring people right now 20-2.
Yeah, going into the year, we knew we had a ton of attackers. That's not something we lack. It's for us. The goal has been to find a back group, a group of defenders that are, it's going to take us to where we need to be. That's been our main goal throughout the preseason.
So let's start where it matters the most, and that is your goalkeeper. Because if you allow goals, you're not going to win a lot of games. And he played a pretty good game tonight when he had the chances to make some saves, but. Taking over for Austin Gavlik, who was last year's starter. What do you like about Tate Wyatt's game? What does he bring to the Kahawks you enjoy?
For me, I love Tate's leadership. Tate has been he's been biding his time to get his shot. Austin came back to us last year, and we were lucky enough to have him. And Tate sat back. He learned. He took his time. He figured it out. And leadership and his ability to take what we give him in training and translate it into the game.
All right, now tell me a little bit about your backup goalkeeper for the year. That is Logan Rader. He's already seen a little bit of time here in the Breeze game, but tell us a little bit about him.
He's a very quality goalie. He's kind of in the same situation that Tate was last year. It's unfortunate that we have a very good senior goalie in front of him, but we have no worries if whenever Logan goes in, we don't really see a drop. That's kind of how we see it.
Okay. Let's talk about some goal scoring. Logan Whitehead started off pretty much where he left off last year. He's got you 4 goals in the first 4 games. He was kept off the scoreboard here tonight, but, man, good start for him.
Yeah, Logan's played great. He's really bought into what we've been talking about. And I've had Logan for 4 years, 3 years. He played JV for me as a freshman, and we've really worked on him being more of a playmaker. So tonight, I believe he had 2 assists, and for me, that's more impressive than him scoring goals because he's creating chances for the other ones.
Yeah, Elvis Campos tried to catch up to him in the goal department all in one game, didn't he?
Yeah, Elvis. Elvis is sneaky. He's a good little soccer player. We're just fortunate to have a deep bench to allow somebody of Elvis's quality to get on the field.
All right, so you get to take the day off tomorrow, and then you have a date with Chatham Glenwood coming up at home on Thursday. I know that you and Coach Smith just like to play Chatham Glenwood, don't you?
Yeah, they're a storied program. They're a very good team. They have great coaching staff, and their boys are talented. So it's a good test for us, and it's a team that we don't typically play.
And just to remind everyone that start time for that game is a half hour earlier, just to accommodate the kids getting back at a decent time for Springfield.
Yes, we're trying to get them home as soon as they can, so we'll be a half hour early on both games.
All right, so you must be happy about the 4-0 start.
Oh yeah, definitely. We had plans for this year, and while 4-0 is good, we're kind of looking further down the road and hoping that this success we can build upon the success we've had so far. Because being a coach, you kind of nitpick and look for things in games that we can always fix. So we're kind of fixated on fixing the errors that we see in games. Even a 6-0 win, there's a lot of stuff that we can fix. Our first half wasn't great. By no means. So we're kind of trying to get all that stuff ironed out before we get into, real serious, state play, stuff like that.
All right. Well, thank you for the visit. Appreciate it. We'll see you Thursday.
Thank you.
All right. That is head coach Rob Lugie of your Collinsville Kahawk soccer team. Victorious here tonight by a score of 6-0. And as I mentioned, that is our next game coming up to you Thursday night from Kahawk Stadium. It'll be Collinsville taking on the school from the Springfield area, Chatham Glenwood, and then Friday we make the transition back to football on the road at Triad. Final score here once tonight, 6-0 in favor of Collinsville. Big thank you to all of our sponsors. Big thank you to Chris Kettler, who does a fantastic job on the camera and providing some insight, color commentary, if you will. And a big thank you to Coach Lugge for taking time to come up to the box here after the game to talk things over with us. My name is Todd Duke, and until Thursday evening, everyone, have a great night.